Hi, my name is Tondi, and I'm going to try to help you today as we get started on the Molly Mind purse book. So, the first thing I want to do is point out her instruction sheets. You really need to print them and read them through so that as you get started, it will come together for you a little bit. The first item that we're going to put into our machines and work on is the purse handles. So as we go through the purse handles, that's really the process for everything after that. And I think you'll find that this is easy once you watch me do it. Okay, so the main questions everybody has for the Molly Mind page is about the supplies she suggests. Okay, first thing, we use a medium tearaway in our hoop. That by itself sometimes isn't enough because the needle perforates and your design can come loose. So she suggests organza. And everybody says, what's organza and why? It's a thin fabric, and it's just enough to keep your design stable on top of that tearaway if the tearaway does perforate loose. So what you'll do is hoop your organza with your tearaway, hoop it right on top. She suggests this because it's inexpensive and it's a simple thing to cut away at the end with not much left on the edge. When it's all cut away at the end, this is what you'll see. It's just a very thin little fuzz. You can't hardly see it, but it comes away really clean. Okay, so the other option, if you would like, is a mesh wash away solvay type stabilizer. I have Floriani. You could use whatever brand you prefer. This is just a little bit more expensive, and you would cut it away and then wash away what was left over on the outside of the items. Okay, so that's organza and wash away mesh. The other question everybody has is about craft foam. What and why? Craft foam in your crafting area is just this little, it's all this little foam stuff. It's thin, you can see. Don't get super thick. We don't want a sticky back. They offer it with a sticky back, and you'll see a piece of white paper on the back. You don't need that kind. So this is, I have several colors to choose from. I have others. Right now I'm going to use green. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to put the hoop into the machine and stitch out the first step, and then I'll show you some more. Okay, my first step is sewn out. As you can see, it puts two outlines right here, the bottom of the purse handle to here, and an extra line out here. And in her instructions, she reminds you first, this is important, your bobbin thread needs to match your top thread for your purse handles because it is going to match both sides. So let's be sure we remember to match our bobbin threads in there. Okay, so the first thing she tells you to do is spray adhesive. I have this. Okay, we're going to put some spray adhesive onto a piece of fabric, and it's going to go on the back of our hoop and cover those back stitches. After you do that, you're going to turn it back to the front, and you're going to take your foam, and this foam is for thickness, that's the Y for your foam, and you're going to line it up right on those two lines. That's why those little lines are sticking out the sides. Okay, it's going to be bigger than the rest of the handle, but it's going to stop right on those two lines. Same thing for the bottom. You're going to have two pieces of foam, and then you're going to have your fabric, two pieces of foam, and you'll have your fabric on top, just like this, and you'll have fabric on the back before you put your hoop back into your machine and sew out the second step. I'm going to pause the video while I do my step. Okay, now I have the hoop in my machine. I have my foam in place and my backing in place, and I'm ready to hit go on my machine. So let me put the foot down and go. Okay, that step is done sewing. I take just the hoop out of the machine. I leave everything inside the hoop. And then we need to cut away the excess material around the stitches on the top and on the back. Okay, we don't want to cut the foam at all, or of course the organza is in the hoop, so that doesn't get cut. Just cut away the excess material from top and bottom, and then we'll put it back into the machine to stitch step 3. Okay, gang, I have all of my material cut away, and it looks just like this. And now I'm going to put the hoop back into the machine and stitch out the last step. Okay, it's all finished sewing, and this is what it looks like. So all you have to do to get this foam off is just peel it away. Look at that. It just comes right off. Okay, so we can take it out of our hoop and tear away the stabilizer in the back. And then I'm going to show you how to get this organza off with scissors. It's just cutting it off, but it really is simple. Okay, let me get where you can see me. Okay, get close to the edge, and it should just come right off. Can you see that? You barely even have to use a scissoring motion. The scissor barely has to move, and it just zips that right off. It is just simple. So I hope that helps you guys to understand this really is a simple project, and putting the foam in makes a nice stiff little purse handle to go in your project. If you didn't have the foam in there, this would just be a flimsy piece of fabric. So it gives some stiffness and some character to your project. It's really a great fun thing to do. It's easy to work with. The foam is inexpensive. The organza's not too expensive. You can always find a color that they've got on clearance somewhere. I don't remember what I paid for mine, but I got a whole bunch of whatever color was marked down at the time. Anyway, and if you have any questions, feel free to pop over onto Molly Mine webpage or Facebook page and ask questions, and we'll do our best to help you. Thanks. Y'all have fun.